Welcome in the 17th episode. Today we will finish implementing our score scene. So let's open our project and then let's go to the scenes folder, right click, create scene, and I'll name the scene scores. Let's then open in the main menu, let's open our canvas, then select leaderboard button. Let's click this on click event, let's click this small plus, drag and drop our main camera. And then from the functions, let's select the button behavior, load scene, and we're gonna load our scores. So I will just put name scores here. So now let's add the scores to our built-in scene. So let's, from the menu file, let's go to the build settings and then drag and drop our scores into this scene list. Okay, make sure you have all of the scenes which you need inside this list. So now we can close this window and then let's save everything. And let's test if this actually works. So if you press play and press this button, you should go to the score scene. Okay, so now let's open our score scene. And then the first thing we want to do is we want to change the camera settings. So main camera, let's click main camera, then change the size to be 8.5. And then let's select the scripts folder. And from this folder, let's grab our button behavior script and drop it onto the main camera. So now let's add the canvas. So right click in the hierarchy, UI canvas. And then let's select this canvas and change this render mode from the screen space overlay to screen space camera. And then let's grab the main camera and drop it onto the render camera. And then in the canvas color, let's change this UI scale mode from the constant pixel size to scale with screen size. And I will change this target resolution to be 480 by 854. So we have everything set. So now let's right click on the canvas and then UI image and name this image background. So this is going to be our background. Let's apply the texture. So our texture should be under the resources graphics, game UI graphics. And then let's grab this background and drop it into the source image. Just a reminder, if you don't have this graphics, you can download it. Link is in the description, so you can get these graphics for this project. Okay, let's click the set native size, and as you see, the background is a bit bigger than our camera view. So let's switch to the scene view, and let's actually reposition our background. So this is our camera, the white window, and then let's select the background and then size it so it's matching the camera window. Okay, so it should be like that. Let's switch to the game view, and I think that looks good. So we have our background. Let's right click on our canvas now, then UI image, and I will name this image title. And then in our game UI graphics, let's find this best time text and drop it into the source image. Then I will select set native size, and I will change the scale to be 0.25 and 0.25. Okay, so we have your best time, and move the Y position so the text is on the top. So now let's add some records, the table. So right click on the canvas and then create empty. And I will name this object to be 10 pairs. And then right click on this 10 pairs, UI image, and this is gonna be our title. Okay, and then let's go to our game UI graphics and then find the texture, title score texture. So it's just that blue rectangle, and then drop it into the source image. And I will change the width to be 436 and the height to be 40. And then let's move it up. And then right click on this title now, and then UI text. And then let's change this text to be 10 pairs. Let's change this font style to be bold, font size to be 30. Let's change this alignment to be in the middle. And then I will change this rectangle transform. So select this rectangle and select this option in the corner. So it's going to be stretched the same as the size of this button. And then let's put the 0 value for the left, for the top, bottom, and the right. Okay, so we have our text in the middle, exactly in the middle. And now I will change this color for this text. So I will just select this color and I will just select this pick tool. And I want my color to be the same as this title. As you see, we have a preview where you're actually going with your mouse. So I want to select this blue color. Okay, so it's just matching the outline of the title. So you can change this color to whatever you like. So I think that looks okay for me. So we have our title. Now let's select the 10 pairs, right click UI and then image. And this is gonna be the position 1. Position 1. And then let's select this the score time texture and then drop it into the source image. And I will just select now the title, the one which we just created, and then in the rectangle transform, I will just select these 3 dots and then copy component. And now let's select this position 1 on the rectangle transform, 3 dots, and then paste component values. Okay, so we have exactly the same values, the same size as our title. And then let's change this Y position to be lower, maybe here. Okay, now we need to add some text. So let's right click on the position 1, UI text, and then let's make this text to be 1. Okay, I will change this alignment to be stretch across all. Let's change this position to be 0, 0, 0, and 0. And make everything, all of the alignment to be in the middle. Okay, so we have a 1 in the middle. Now I will change this font size to be 25. And now let's move it on the left. So I will move it over here. That would be a good position. Okay, now let's name this text to be text position. Text position. And now let's click on this, right click on the position 1 at UI text. And this is gonna be our text score. And then let's right click again on this position 1, UI text, and this is gonna be our text time. Actually, it's gonna be the data text. Okay, so select this text data, and I will just put this text to be data. Okay, this is just the placeholder. Change this size to be 25, alignment to be in the middle. I will set the width to be 290, and the height to be 30. And let's position it to be next to the 1, so I will just position it here. And then let's do the same for the text score, so select the text score, select the font size to be 25, the height will be 30, but the width will be 80. And I will just, in the text, I will put the value 0, and then let's make sure the alignment is set to be on the left and in the middle. And now let's move it on the X to be here. Okay, we will see later how this is shaped up. Let's actually move this position a bit up. Okay, so we're just sticking together. And now we can save everything. Now let's go to our prefab folder. Let's grab our position 1 and drop it into the prefab folder. Okay, so we're gonna create a prefab from it. And we're gonna do the same for the title. So maybe I'll just rename this title to be score title. Score title. Okay, and then let's grab the score title and drop it into the prefab folder. So we generated 2 prefabs. Okay, so we have 1 prefab for the position 1, and now we need to do the same for the position 2 and 3. So I will just grab this prefab which we just created and drop it onto the 10 pairs. Okay, so we have another position. I will name this position to be position 2. And then let's move the Y position a bit down. I will change this position text and I will just put number 2. And we need to do the same for position 3. So let's grab this prefab and drop it onto the 10 pairs. And then let's move it down. And let's change this text position to be 3. Okay, so we have everything for our 10 pairs. Now we need to do the same for the 20 pairs, for the 15 pairs and then 20 pairs. So I will just grab this 10 pairs and then right click duplicate. And then let's rename it to be 15 pairs. And I will move this Y position to be lower over here. And we need to change just this title. So I will just go to the score title text and let's change this text to be 15. Okay, so we have a 15 pairs now. And then we have to do the same for the 20 pairs. So right click on the 15 pairs, duplicate, and then 20 pairs. I hope I'm not doing it too quickly and you can follow along. And then let's click on our score title, text, and I will change this name to be 20. Okay, and then we need to select the 20 pairs and move the Y position to be down. Okay, over here. I think this looks good. I think we can even move everything a bit up. So let's do that. 10 pairs will be a bit higher. 15 pairs as well, and then 20 pairs over here. Okay, and now we need to add the back button as well. So right click on our canvas, UI button, and it's gonna be our back button. Okay, so from the back button I will just go to the text and then delete this component, and then we need to apply the source image. So let's go to our graphics, game UI graphics, and then back button. Drag and drop this button onto the source image, and then click the set native. And I will change this width and the height to be 100 by 100, and move this button down. Okay, so it's below all of the scores. And now let's go on to on-click event. Click this small plus, drag and drop our main camera. From the functions, select the button behavior, load scene. Okay, and then we want to load, let's go to our scenes folder, we want to load our main menu. So make sure you put the correct name here. Main menu. Okay, so I think that is ready now. If you go to the main camera, make sure the button behavior script is attached also. Okay, we can save everything now, so file, save. And actually let's go to our main menu and then let's check if everything is working fine. So if we select the scores, we have everything loaded, back button. Okay, so that seems to be okay. Let's go back to our score scene, and now we need to add one script. So go to the scripts folder and then right click, create C# script, and I will name this script to be scoreboard. Okay, let's open the script. So right at the top of the script, we need to add another using statement. So using Unity engine .ui. Okay, and then let's add few public variables. So just remove this comment and this one as well. And we also can remove the update function because we will not need it. And right at the top, let's put public text, and this is gonna be the array scores text, and I will just put underscore 10 pairs. Okay, and then let's put another public text. It's gonna be array again, and this is gonna be the data text, and this is gonna be the 10 pairs. Okay, and then I will just grab these two lines, copy it, paste it below, and then again. So we need to have one for the 10 pairs, one for 15, and one for 20. Okay? So now below the start method, I will create one more function. It's gonna be public void update scoreboard. Okay, and inside this function we're gonna call config dot update score list. And then below this function I will create one more function, and this is gonna be the private function. So private void display pair score data, and then we need to pass the float array, float, and this is going to be the score time list. Score time list. Another will be string, and it's going to be array as well, and it's going to be the pair number list. Then we want to pass the text array, score text, and then we want to pass another text array, and it's going to be the data text. Okay, move this line actually like that. Okay, now let's put a for loop. So for var index will be equal to 0, index is less than the 3 because we have 3 records per pairs, and then index plus plus, and then if the score time list at index is more than 0, we want to grab our data time. So var will be equal to, and now we need to actually call the regex. So right at the top we need to add another using statement. So below Unity engine.ui, let's put using system.text.regular expressions. Okay, and now let's go back to our function and let's put regex dot split, and now let's put the pair number list at index, comma, and then let's put the open apostrophe and then the capital T. Okay, so we want to split our string by the letter T, and then var minutes will be equal to matf dot floor, and it's going to be the score time list at index divide by 60, and then seconds, so float seconds will be equal to matf dot round to int, and it's going to be the score time list at index modulo 60. Okay, so we're just going to grab our minutes and the seconds, and now let's populate our score text. So score text at index dot text will be equal to minutes to string, and let's put format to be 00 plus, let's put the colon plus seconds dot to string, and let's put the same format 00. Okay, so we're gonna populate our score text, and now let's populate our data text. So data text at index dot text will be equal to data time dot toString, actually data time at index 0 plus empty string, sorry, space, plus data time at index 1. Okay, so we first of all split the data time based on the letter T, and then we just insert the space in between. Okay, so this is going to be our date, and this is going to be our time. We're going to set it all if we actually have any scores. If we don't, we just want to clear everything out. So else, we're going to set the score time, score text at index dot text will be equal to empty string, and then data text at index dot text will be equal to empty string. Okay, so let's save everything now, and now we need to call this function from within our update scoreboard. So below the config update score list, I will call display pair score data, and now we need to pass our data. So let's call config dot score time list for 10 pairs, then config dot pair number list for 10 pairs, and then let's pass our score text 10 pairs, and then data text 10 pairs. Okay, so we just populate it with our data, and now we can actually copy this line of code and then paste it below 2 times, because we need to do the same for the 10, 15 and 20 pairs. And I will just change this name because we have named all of this list the same, just this different number. So we want to do the same for the 15 pairs, 15 here, and then 15 here, and then 15. Make sure you're passing the right values, the right tables, and then we want to do the same for the 20 pairs. Okay, so 20, 20, 20, and then 20. If you named any of this variable differently than me, make sure you're referencing to the same variable. So in our config, if you go to our config file, as you see, I have different lists for different number of pairs. So let's go to the scoreboard again. Okay, so we have our update scoreboard function finished. Now we need to call this function from our start method. So make sure you call it in the start method. Okay, and I think that's it. We can actually just included me Unity engine video. We don't need this. Okay, so now let's save everything. And now we can go back to our Unity. And in our score scene, I will click on the main camera, and let's grab our scoreboard script and drop it into the main camera. Okay, so now we have to populate these arrays. Okay, so now let's do this for the score text 10 pairs. So I will just set the size to be 3. And now let's add the first element. So the first element will be under our canvas, 10 pairs. And then position 1, we want to grab the text score and then drop it here. Then from the position 2, we want to grab the text score, drop it on the second position. And then from position 3, we want to grab the text score and drop it here. Actually, this one should be, yes, this is the position 3, so I will just better rename it. Okay, so let's click on the main camera again. Okay, so we have our text 1, text 2, and then text 3. Okay, so we have our score text for 10 pairs. Now let's do the same for the data text. So our data text will be, let's set the size to be 3, and this is gonna be from the position 1, text data, then text data, and then text data. Okay, so make sure you have the right text set. Okay, and then we need to do the same for the 15 pairs. So 3. Let's reveal our 15 pairs. Position 1, 2, and 3. This should be position 3. Let's go back to main camera. Okay, so for the 15 pairs, we're first of all populating the text score. So let's hide these 10 pairs. So it's going to be the text score 1, text score 2, and then text score 3. Okay, I will just click on it to make sure I have them right. So the next one will be 15 pairs. Let's do the 3 values as well. And then text data, and then text data. Okay. Okay, and then let's do the same for the 20 pairs. So 3. Let's hide this 15 and reveal 20. Okay, I will need to rename this one as again. Let's go back to main camera. Okay, and then for the 20 scores pairs, let's add for position 1, 2, and 3. So it's going to be the text score, and then text score, and for the data as well. So 3 values is gonna be the text data 1, text data 2, and then text data 3. Okay, so we have everything set. Okay, I think that looks okay. Let's now go to the file and then save. And now let's go to our scenes main menu, and then let's press play, and then let's see if we have everything displayed. So the values are fine, as you see, but the position is not really correct. So as you see, this the date is overlapped the number, and this time is going a bit off, so we're gonna change it. So let's go to our prefabs, and then in the position 1 prefab, let's double click on it. Let's switch to the scene view, and as you see, we can modify the position. So the text score box is going a bit out, so I will just move it to the left, so the box is within this button, and then the date is, as you see, is overlapping the number 1, so I just move it on the side, maybe like that. Okay, I think that should be okay now. So to save it, we need to press this small arrow and then save. Okay, and then let's switch to the game view. Let's try again. Press play. Actually press scores. Okay, so everything seems to be fine now. So now when you press play the game, so let's try to play the game, maybe 15 pairs, and we have to complete it. Okay, so as you see, I have the last pair, right? So I have your best score, best time. If you go now to the scores, okay, we can't go to the scores, we need to fix this. So go back, go to the scores, and as you see, our time is recorded under the 15 pairs. So everything seems to be fine, and if you're gonna play for the 20 pairs, your time should be recorded here. And then if you have any better time than any of this record, your time should be pushed in that place, and everything should be shifted down. So you have just the best times which you displayed. So I think that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we're gonna concentrate on our settings, and then we're gonna start to implement our advertisement as well, and then fix one issue, which is the scaling our scene based on the resolution of your device, because this was one of the problems which has been reported. If you did not subscribe to this channel, please consider to do so. If you like these episodes and these tutorials, please consider to leave the like. Any problem, leave me comments below this video, or any suggestion, or maybe any feature which you like to add to this game, so we can do that as well. So thank you very much for watching and see you again in the next episode.